Alright, what's going on in this room? Seesaw puzzles is what's going on in this room, it looks like. Wow, this is a decent length here. Hopefully this one isn't filled with enemies, like a lot of them were. I have to open all those things, so I have to hit all the exclamation points, I suppose. I'm honestly surprised Snoutlet didn't come out and say like, it seems like we have to hit all the switches to make it drop all the way to the bottom. Like, I fully expected that. And yeah, it would definitely take a really, really long time. 100% OG Zelda without any guides there. Yeah. I would as well. I very much would as well. Especially if it's a good one like Black Flag. Wait. Can I like... Okay, and then you go to... Whoops, that's not the one I want you to go to. Okay, so I just kind of hope for the best. What does this do? Oh, if you went onto the wrong thing, you can just like flip him over and stuff. But yeah, the Metroid community, from an educated guess, doesn't like the original game. There we go. Like mapless Zelda over Zelda 2. I know Zelda 2 was a little bit controversial in that, like, it was very different from the original game. And I do very much appreciate them doing something different rather than just doing, like, the same thing a second time. I'm sure some people really liked it, some people didn't really like it. It's really interesting to watch speedruns of it, like the people that are really good at, like, the combat in that game. It'd be pretty fun to watch. But yeah. I don't know, would Black Flag really stay good even after 100%ing it? Yes, because there isn't really a massive ton to it. Like, I 100%ed Black Flag on this channel, and it was an 80-part series. It didn't even get into 100 parts. So, like, if my parts are on average half an hour long, that would mean that my Black Flag playthrough is probably about 40 hours for 100%ing it. So, like, it does stay engaging that long, I find, because it really doesn't take, like, forever. You try to 100% like a game like Odyssey or Valhalla, and that's gonna take, like, forever, because the map just goes on forever, and there's side quests all over the place. There isn't really much in the way of side quests of, like, go do this thing for this person. Black Flag doesn't really have that. It has, like, assassination quests where there'll be, like, these pigeon coops around the world, and each pigeon coop will have, like, 1 to 2 targets that I'll ask you to assassinate, and you can just go and assassinate them. And it's not, like, a specific mission. It's just, like, go and assassinate them, as far as I recall here. So you can just kind of run over, kill them, come get the next assassination contract, run over, kill that person, and then you've done, like, all the assassination contracts from that coop. Yeah, it's nowhere near, like, Odyssey or Valhalla. And, like, each place will have, like, its own side objectives. Like, go collect the music that's here that's gonna try and run away from you. Go win a bar fight to unlock this bar. Go do an assassination request or 2. But, you know, you can kind of just do all of that while you're in the area there. So I'm gonna have to get, like, Luigi on here and, platform around here or something like that. Yeah, Black Flag is not a difficult game to 100%. I've done it twice now. My first ever playthrough on the Wii U, and then on the channel here, because I really like Black Flag, and it's really not that big of an ask to, like, 100% Black Flag. Of course, there's, like, some ongoing kind of quests that, are... Oh, would I need to have Luigi here to make this? Well, I can drop it in here, and then I do this. Oh, and then that happens. Where it's like, get all these collectibles around the world. Whoops, why am I doing this? And once you get, like, all of these keys from all over the world, then you unlock a special armor. But you can just, like, go get those keys while you're at said location anyway, along with all the other side stuff. So it's pretty easy to be at, like, any given location and collect all the relevant things while you're on that island. Or that section of the city, or whatever the heck. Like, it's not that bad. Would there be a Grampy Turnip in, like, the final dungeon here? Only counting the ones with millions of quests. Yeah, so, like, the recent RPG games. Like, the Assassin's Creed games, they're usually relatively short. It was Origins that changed that. When they went, like, open world RPG with, like, a traditional level system, that's when the game started getting long. Like, I don't remember. I didn't really do a massive ton of them, but I imagine it's probably not too much. Probably something more like that classic era of AC where it really doesn't take that long. Well, it seems too twitchy for you to fall asleep, so back here again, but gonna lurk for a little bit. Well, hope you enjoy the lurk and hope that body is able to calm down and stuff there. But like the older AC games were kind of like just traditional RPGs, like traditional action RPGs of like you're always at the same strength, but you'll unlock like additional powers as it goes on, stuff. So Luigi, come over here then. Whoa, he's getting a little bit glitchy, but really you can do anything at like any given point. Wow. This is what it pretty much is. And they're not really being all that much around the world. Like, in terms of the lengths of my playthroughs, I believe, if I recall, Assassin's Creed 1 was a 25-part playthrough. 2 was 40. Brotherhood, I think, was also 40. Revelations, I think, was 30. 3 was 50, including its DLC. I think. Maybe including its DLC, it was 60. I'm pretty sure including its DLC, it was a 50-part series. So, roughly 25 hours of playtime. Black Flag was an 80-part series, my longest one yet, but I also 100%ed the game because I love it. Rogue, I don't remember. Unity, including its DLC, was like 88 or something like that, if I recall. Syndicate, I don't remember, but it was probably somewhere around like 50 to 60-ish. And then Origins is when it started getting crazy. Origins was 104 parts, including its DLC, so that was the first time an Assassin's Creed playthrough went above 100 parts. And then, I might have to handle Luigi a bit differently here then. Then Odyssey, 280, including all its DLC, and now I'm working on Valhalla, and really worried about how long that could potentially be after how long Odyssey was. Okay, so then Luigi coming this way. So it's Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla that are like the open world RPG with traditional leveling and a bazillion things everywhere that are gonna take forever games. But the other games are typically more like pretty standard RPGs where it's like you're at this strength. Go do these objectives around the world like while you're at it if you want. But yeah, I thought AC2 was the first AC game to popularize the giant open world, climb the tower to see all the things to do in the game type of game. I mean, AC1 did that as well, if you're talking about like the synchronization. Funnily enough, never played those types of games until Breath of the Wild, so I thought that was something unique to that game. Breath of the Wild just keeps seeming worse and worse the more you learn about. Yeah, Ubisoft are kind of the ones that popularized the whole synchronization point that is used in Assassin's Creed games up until this day. Where it's like you go to a high point, and then you get like more of the map added. Okay, and then see what's up here. See what's up all the way here. I don't know what the one throughway there is then. Oh, there's a Grampy Turnip here. So not play Breath of the Wild. What? But according to the entire internet, it's like the greatest video game ever made. It's definitely not. It has some fun though. I'm a wandering Grampy Turnip. I've now popped up here in this fishy place. Oh, well. I can backtrack for it. That's okay. I really can't complain about sprouting here. Just don't have much to do. Well, except gaze up at the ceiling, I suppose. Not a bad pastime. Oh, I didn't realize that there's something way up above. Mr. Old Grampy Turnip wishes he could blast there and see what it is. Way up. Wow. Jeez. But that's impossible, given that my roots keep me firmly in the ground. No, they don't. We keep on pulling you out. Still, I wonder what it could be all the way up there. One more thing. What do heights and love have in common? They let you down? The answer is, both can make your head spin. Heard that already? Sorry. Alright, well, like that thingamabob over there. But yeah. Jake Frost has been tempting your conversion to... Here, and then I can easily get back here, I guess. One thing I do like about the Zelda series is while there's similarities across all the games, every single one of the games has like a very different feel to it. It's definitely not one of those series that just recycles like the same exact formula over and over again and feel and atmosphere and all that. So I do like that about the Zelda series. But yeah, honestly, despite being sick of open worlds, I haven't really played a lot of the popular open worlds besides ES, like AC. I don't know what ES is, I'm sorry to say. Episodic sagas, I don't know. Alright, go fall now, Luigi. Down he goes. Oh, Elder Scrolls. Besides Elder Scrolls, like AC. That just makes me even more confused about that sentence then. Okay. We send that Luigi flying. The Luigi space program. There we go. Wonder if Elder Scrolls 6 is ever going to actually come out. Who knows at this point. Alright, so then if I go down this way, it's one of those myths at this point. Okay, so what's this? Oh my. Oh, that doesn't tell them to collect the coins. Imagine you collect all the coins in this room and then, like, something bad happens. Oh, Luigi would have to jump. Or I'd have to jump and send Luigi into that one. This is what I would have to do. Alright, well. Okay. And then, is this just for items and stuff here then? There's no block here? Oh, keeps on going. So this was a secret room, I guess. But yeah. I haven't played open world games like Assassin's Creed. Elder Scrolls is just one of the exceptions. Okay. Okay, so stay here. Most recent open world you played was Shadow Generations Hub? Would that be considered an open world? I don't know if a hub necessarily counts as classifying the game as itself as open world, per se. I guess it depends on how you define it. Not Breath of the Wild, but everyone and their mothers played it. But then again, is the same is true with Elder Scrolls. I have 10 hours into Skyrim from just before I became a content creator. Gamble Hammer DX. Is that something funny? Each time you defeat an enemy, one of your stats increase at random. Well, that's not really gonna help me with a boss. But I mean here. It really depends on how much it stacks with defense. Is really what it depends on. And it would also make a big difference if the final boss like summoned guys. There's a recent Rolling Stones ranking of top 50 video games. I think I heard about that. Top 10 specifically: Super Metroid, Skyrim, Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid, Half-Life 2, The Last of Us, Super Mario World, Grand Theft Auto 5, Tetris, and Breath of the Wild at number 1. Yeah, I feel like Breath of the Wild is like really, really common to see like people kind of put up on a big pedestal like that. And I do think that there is a lot to praise it about. There is a lot of really cool things going on with that game. But I don't think that it, you know, is as much as people make it out to be. And definitely not as industry... I was looking for the word influencing, I think. Definitely not as industry influencing as a title like Ocarina of Time for its time. This way I go. Still did a lot of really cool things, but I definitely don't think that it's the video game perfection that a lot of people make it out to be. If you hop off that, I can't tell you to hop off that. You're just stuck on it now. I guess we're going this way. Yeah, I think open world is overrated as well. I mean, Skyrim is just boring after the 5-hour mark. Yeah, I definitely found myself getting boring of Skyrim. The first 5 hours is amazing, but then you realize every puzzle, every texture, every enemy, they're just plastered everywhere and there's no variety. You see the same thing, however many that is times. But yeah, that was unfortunate that Ocarina of Time was excluded from all 50 slots in that list. Really, they put Breath of the Wild at number 1, but Ocarina of Time wasn't in there at all. Wow. Well, I guess I would have to launch Luigi up here first, right? Or get Luigi onto a thing. Like, I can't get him off this thing. I'm pressing L, I'm pressing B, he's stuck on there. So maybe there's something else I have to do up there and that gets him off of there. Here's how I would avoid Skyrim being repetitive mods. Yeah, that's what a lot of people definitely do. But yeah, they put Link to the Past in that list though. Okay. Okay, so I just set up like my own route here without Luigi. Okay. So they all just need to kind of go in this order. Okay. Like that. Something or other. Ocarina of Time is kind of overrated anyways. It's just kind of the box standard Zelda game. But it's also the thing that made that the standard. and kind of set like new standards for the gaming industry in general. So in terms of like how influential it is, like sure, if you just play it like amidst a bazillion other Zelda games today, it just seems like a box standard Zelda game, but it's the thing that really defined that standard. Wow. No, I pressed A, I swear. Do I have to switcheroo these again? I do. Well, reminds me of magazine's top 50 video games of all time. Half the games were recent releases, and you can guess half the entries on the top 10. Big outlets and all that. Okay, everything spins around like this. I mean, I do think that there's still fun to be had in the game. But yeah, you could potentially get a better experience playing some of the other more recent Zelda games that do copy a lot of similar ideas. I still quite like Ocarina of Time as a game. I still think that's quite fun to play. And like also playing it from like the context that it was in. I mean, even just playing Ocarina of Time 3D, I had fun doing that. Wow. Okay, so then around the other way here. I do think that even by today's standards, that Ocarina of Time is still a good game. Like, it wouldn't be a masterpiece of a game today like it would be back when. But I still think that it's a genuinely good game that's fun by today's standards. In my humble opinion. Alright, so I did that. Is there a thing down here that I missed then? If I told you Fortnite, Roblox, and Minecraft were in the top 5, would you believe me? Yes. So better than Skyward Sword and sailing across the Atlantic Ocean simulator. I like Skyward Sword, but I can't acknowledge its problems. I definitely didn't like Wind Waker though, because it just feels like you're sailing across a huge open ocean of nothing most of the time. Like, I've never really had that sense of discovery like I had with Assassin's Creed Black Flag, where there's always things around, like other ships to battle, all these islands that you can hop on and find like all sorts of cool collectibles and new sea shanties and stuff. Wow, I missed the most easy one. Like, Wind Waker just felt like a whole nothing ocean, while occasionally being, like, mandatory stuff. Like, it felt like the real big things that were in the ocean were all the story things. Whereas in Black Flag, it felt like the things that are in the ocean are story things, plus a shit ton of everything else that, like, you might still want to do on the way. So I definitely really like the ship exploration Black Flag, but I wasn't a big fan of it in Wind Waker. And don't get me started on the Triforce quest at the end. Oh my god. If I ever play that game on the channel, which I'm sure I will one day, because Twilight Princess and Wind Waker are the only 3D Zelda games I haven't played here. If we're counting, like, mainline. So I'm not counting things like Triforce Heroes. So in terms of, like, the big, hard-hitting Zelda releases of the 3D games, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are the only ones I haven't done playthroughs of on this channel. So I figure I will at some point, since they're the only ones I'm missing. But man, I would probably get really, really bored with Wind Waker. Twilight Princess, I feel like I would like. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. I didn't like it too much when I first played it, but I feel like replaying it today, I probably would. Wind Waker, I don't think I would like replaying though. But yeah, there's just nothing to discover. The things to discover are already marked, yeah, and are always gonna be connected to this story rather than being something extra. Like, I guess that there's like the little submarine barrel ships that the Moblins have or whatever. But, like, after you've done one or two, then they're just, like, not remotely interesting anymore. Also, humorous fact about that list, they put Donkey Kong arcade game on the list, put modern TK as the image next to it. Oh, man. I should do a list like that, ironically, one day. Where it just has as many little things like that as possible to make it funny. So I would like... Oh, we don't just jump into the pit. It's an elevator, okay? Wow, amazing! Now we should be able to proceed. Watch, I go to another floor and there's 7 more sections. Imagine. Skip sailing across the Atlantic Ocean simulator and go straight to the best game in this series? What, you're saying to play Twilight Princess and just not do Wind Waker? Animal Crossing, New Horizons, Elden Ring, Metroid Prime, Pokemon Gold, Silver, Smash Ultimate, Wii Sports, Minecraft, Mario Kart 64, Witcher 3 also in the Rolling Stone list. Okay. Like, I can definitely agree with a lot of those being in there. I mean, it also depends on, like, how into Animal Crossing New Horizons you are. I feel like that game got a lot of popularity because of when it came out in COVID. I heard that, like, a lot of diehard Animal Crossing fans and players got, like, pretty bored of the game, apparently. It's the only Animal Crossing game I played, so I don't really have a frame of reference to judge it on. I really wasn't the biggest fan of it because of how slow it is. I don't know if that's a general Animal Crossing thing, but when I play Animal Crossing, where it's like, what if my crafting table is outside and I'm trying to craft something to put inside? So it's like, or whatever the heck. And my materials are inside my house. So I have to go into my house, loading screen. I'm in my house, get out the materials, get out of my house, loading screen. Go to the crafting table, start crafting the thing. If I want to place it in my house, then I go back into my house, loading screen, and then I can finally place down the thing. Like, it's just so slow, I find, like that. So I just never really got into it. So when I think about like games where it's like, hey, I'm making things the way that I want and like developing my own little thing here, I would just find myself wishing that I was playing games like Minecraft, where the speed that I'm going about things is just whatever speed I decide to go about things. Like, I can go in and out of where my crafting table is, craft things really fast, just start immediately using them. Like, the only slowness, I guess, would be waiting if you have like a mob farm or you're trying to like find diamonds or something like that, or just on the grind for however long. But it's a lot more active, and so I feel like more engaged as I play it. But feeling like playing Animal Crossing New Horizons, I just wasn't engaged with that. And I don't know if like older Animal Crossing players felt that, if that was a New Horizons thing, if that's a general Animal Crossing thing, but I don't really think I'm gonna be playing Animal Crossing games anymore there. Pokemon Gold and Silver, but not Crystal. Oh yeah, interesting point there. As Jake Frost does his best to convert me, Harmonian drags me back down to remember why I didn't care about Zelda in the first place. It's funny all the fanboys cry that people just hate the game for the art style. I mean, I really dislike the graphics of it, but I wish that was the biggest problem the game had with Animal Crossing New Horizons or Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Because I know that got like a lot of controversy when the game first came out. And so they went from like the most cartoony Zelda game ever to the most like realistic and hardcore dark kind of Zelda game ever with Twilight Princess immediately after. Gold and Silver more impactful upon release, but I agree that Crystal is superior. But yeah, maybe playing the crafting table inside, that was maybe. But like still, going back and forth across like loading screens and just waddling away, waddle across the island slowly, like it was a little slow for me, I feel like. Okay, for Atlantic Ocean Sailing Simulator, gotcha. I think the art style has its charms, but if I looked at like two box covers side by side of like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, knowing nothing about them, I'd probably be choosing Twilight Princess every time. I'd probably look at that cover and be like, ooh, that looks like a game I'd like to play. Whereas Wind Waker, to me, would look kind of like some sort of niche indie game that might have like some really cool themes going on, but like, I don't know if I like the gameplay of, and like, I don't know, it would be a little bit more of a risk, I feel like, if I was just looking at their cover arts. Now we can proceed. Is like my face value impression of the graphics, but I do think that like Wind Waker certainly has its charm to its style, and the colors definitely pop. And it's definitely a lot easier to tell what the hell is going on in Wind Waker. My god, like Twilight Princess is so dang dark, I can't tell what I'm doing half the time. I'm really glad that Twilight Princess HD, like at least in my impressions, seemed to brighten it up a little bit so I could actually tell what the hell was going on. Because I swear, OG Twilight Princess, it was so dark that I literally, especially playing it on like a TV screen sitting on a couch, I'd be like, what the heck? So, yeah. Just isn't Zelda, it's just Saturday night cartoons. Well, I feel like Zelda at this point has very much established itself as being able to do like a lot of different art styles. Like there's been a lot of different like cartoony Zeldas. Like in the exact same style as Wind Waker with like the sequels to it on the DS. And even like other Zelda games like on the 3DS, Link Between Worlds is a similar kind of cartoony art style, just a different one from Wind Waker. So the Zelda series has very much ingrained itself as doing like whatever the heck kind of art style it wants, whatever it wants kind of thing. I don't think Gold and Silver are higher in terms of higher class of Pokemon games, but it's easier to pick up and play than Gen 1 just because of that game introducing the EXP bar. Oh. I guess middle level. And I've played Red and Blue before, but I guess I never really thought about the XP bar all that much. But yeah, even the DS games aren't as cartoony, but it's literally the same style as Wind Waker. You don't think that they are? Because they adopt the kind of Wind Waker style. Continue with Toon Link and all that. Base Reclusa. Okay. Solitary, middle level. Is there going to be a highest level still? something here. The atmosphere here has changed a bit. Hey, Connie, no need to push yourself. It's fine if you want to wait here, okay? I'm fine. Let's go. Oh, yeah! Alright, and you're gonna wait here while we actually go, and then you'll eventually catch up with us, because that's how it works. There's still more puzzles and stuff to do? Or something happening? Oh, there's Cosette. The not Zocket. Oh, so those eyes on the TV screen. Did we see those during, a lot of Coins Island? That looks faintly familiar. I don't remember where I saw it. Was that like hinting at Reclusa earlier at the game? If there was these screens, I don't even remember, but my memory is telling me there was something like that. My mentor! She's not even gonna say Cosette. Please, hang in there. Connie. Oh. I have made a mistake. I tried to stop Reclusa on my own, but forgive me. Oh no. Mario, my mentor. I need to... Alright. Mario, Luigi. Please, be careful. So am I about to face the final boss here? I don't know what that sentence means, I'm sorry to say. Whoa! Whoa, what is going on with this cinematography? Oh, that was like Reclusa's view or something? Through the TVs?